Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Vulnhub, which is Keyring. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss my uploaded videos in cybersecurity, CTF, Linux, and so on. And also leave a like below. This will greatly help me with YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 143. As you know, the first one belongs to internal DHCP server of VirtualBox, and the second one is assigned to the host machine. In this case, in my case, it's Windows. So now, what are we going to do next? We need to do port and service scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the options like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. From the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information open SSH, including its exact version number 7.6. I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability or exploit for this particular version of OpenSSH. And second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So now it's time to enter into the enumeration stage. We need to do web enumeration both manually and automatically. So then we can fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. Oh, sorry. I need to disable the proxy or to get a fresh browser to begin with, okay? So now we can enter the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter, and now we got the page to sign up new user. But before we sign up or try this function of this site, I need to do more enumeration. For example, we can check its source code. Sometimes source code can leak something important. And also we need to check whether the robots file is available or not found. And also, as you can over here, besides signing up function, we can log in to the application, and we can try to use weak credential or default username and password like admin and admin as password to log in, but it failed. And we can try to use login bypass technique. As you know, I'm following my standard methodology when we deal with the web application, especially user login form and anything in the password field, login. But we didn't get anything back, even without any error message. So next, I think we need to pull up the terminal to launch the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. Nicto can give us a lot about the web application sometimes, such as the version information or the banner information, request the header information, and some common files or directories can be retrieved as well. But nothing special here. Next, we can launch the Gobuster to do the directory enumeration. Let me auto-complete this command. So there is it's a subcommand of Gobuster, although Gobuster can support other subcommands, but I always use a dir for directory enumeration with Gobuster and specify the target's URL of the target, and I use the option of -w to specify the word list, and then use the X option to specify the extension. Okay, so now we can hit enter. And a lot of, maybe not, it's not a correct term, several files or pages have been discovered by Gobuster. For example, like about, home, login, index, history, logout, control. So let's take a look at them one by one. So about, but this is, we got the status of 302 and would be redirected to the index or home page. And also home, login, yeah, we have already found during enumeration. And history, so how about history? And we can note down such information, 22 SSH, port 80, HTTP, and the next enumeration. And we found some like history, PHP, and another is control. But again, this would be when we access this page, we will be redirected to the home page or index page automatically. Okay, so I think what we have to check is only this file, and also the logout. Logout will be redirected to the index.php file or page as well. So the history. So let's take a look at this history, PHP. Press enter. So can't find this user's activity. Of course, at this point, we are not any user, right? So cannot find this user activity. Maybe we need to note down such information. Can't find this user's activity. This user. Maybe next we need to pass some information to this page to get its activity. For example, maybe we need to pass something or some data to one specific parameter. All right, let's go back. And also control. So nothing else we can get, only this one. So maybe I think we can guess, we can pass the parameter like, maybe I think we need to register a user, right? Because this site provides function of signing up, like a JSON, and password is 123, and sign up. User registered successfully. Great. And then I think we can log in with this new user, JSON, and password is 123. Click login button, and now we can get more information. Welcome JSON, and we can get the date and the time, control. So here there is more information about HTTP parameter pollution, or HTTP in short, is vulnerability that occurs due to missing of multiple parameters having same name. But we didn't find such parameter right yet. So how about, and there is one hyperlink, but this will be beyond the scope of this lab, and also can log out. So how about now we access history page, but we still didn't get anything. So how about we pass the parameter like a user JSON. As you can see now, this time we got different information back from the application. Pages visited by user JSON. Great, right? Fantastic. So how about we change the username to admin? Yeah, pages visited by user admin. So I think admin exists on the target application, and below we can notice this address. We can copy and access this address. And then I think we have already got source code of this site, like about, and we can get like the credential information we can copy. Okay, but at this moment, such information is not so useful because database is not accessible publicly. Okay, so how about the home? Nothing else. How about control? And this time, I think you can notice here, we run the system function and we can pass the parameter. We can copy such information. So I think next we can give the parameter and pass information to this parameter to see what we can get. So control. Also, I think we can take a look at the no history, no source code for history page, which is fine. So now we can pass the parameter. Important, very important. We need to use question mark to, and then followed by the parameter name. For example, if we can run id command. However, it doesn't seem it's working, right? Maybe this function is, I think this function should be executed by a admin rather than the current user, the normal user. You know, different users have a different privilege. Let's go back to the control. So the system name, parameter, control, state, parameter, name, session, all right. So next, I think we can try to get the password for the admin. So how to do? Maybe we can check whether this history page is vulnerable to SQL injection vulnerability. So how to do? Because this page requires authentication. So if you simply copy the address from the address bar and launch SQL map to test, I think this this will fail. We need to include the cookie or authentication information into the request, okay, into the payload. So how to do? For me, I prefer to use this way. We can turn on the proxy, and then we can launch the Bubble Suite. Next. And we can navigate to proxy tab and turn on the option of intercept. And then we can refresh this page again. As you can see, we have already intercepted the request, and this request contains the cookie information, and we can simply copy this request to file, and we can rewrite to this file, and then we can launch SQL map and use option of R to specify the request file level is 3. Press enter. Doesn't contain usable HTTP request. Interesting. We can copy to file, rec text, save, yes, and we can get out this request. I think it should be working now, or this time. SQL map, press enter. As you can see, because I've already done such a testing before, so this time the process can be completed very quickly. As you can see, we have already identified the backend DBMS as my circle. Next, we can put option of DBS to retrieve all databases on the target, and the 5 available databases, and this one is what we want. I think the name of the database implies there's some important include such as credential inside this database. Okay, so we can use the uppercase D to specify the database name, and we can use the tables option to retrieve all tables and the 2 tables in this database, and we can use the uppercase T to dump the data. And I think this one is the user we created just now, and also this one is I created earlier. And we can get the admin and also the John. So admin is the administrator which has more privilege. So now we can copy, and maybe we can turn off the intercept option. So now we can log out the page and log in with admin user. Paste here, log in, and then we can access control. And this time, of course, we need to pass the parameter like ID. As you can see, this time the ID command can be executed successfully. Fantastic. So I think what we have to do next, we need to run reverse command to get shell on the target. So how to do? We can go to the website like Pentest Monkey website. We can copy and paste over here. Because we need to do some modification, like we can replace this IP address by IP address of our Kali Linux. And for me, I always use 555 as listening port number. So now we can copy and replace ID command by our reverse command. Before we hit enter, we should set up the listen on the Kali Linux first, waiting for collection from the target. We can press enter, but nothing happened. So maybe we can try this way, bash. But this command failed either. So next we can try to use Python. So we can try to get the version of Python, Python 2 is not there. So how about Python 3? Python 3 is there. So next we can use the reversal command of Python to try. We can copy from this website and paste over here, and this should be changed to Python 3. And also we can copy the IP address of Keyring to replace attacking IP, and also the port number. I always use 5555, and then we simply copy the entire command and remove original command. Press enter. I think it's working from its status. So now we have already successfully got a collection from the target, and then we can spawn a better shell or interactive shell by Python. Okay, so next maybe I can make the font to be bigger. So next we need to do some local enumeration on the target to find a vector, right? So next we can go to home directory. Again, here we notice this user John. Just before we have already found the database has the user which has the same username, right? So next we can try to use this password to make lateral movement. As you know, this is very reasonable, right, John? Because passwords are reused in different scenarios. This is one sort of common vulnerability or misconfiguration. John, and we can paste the password here. It does work, and we can export the term variable. Then we can clear the screen when necessary, right, to get a bigger space on the screen. Next, we can grab the user flag, and also here, I think we can notice this compress. But before we analyze this file, we need to do more enumeration. For example, we can run the ID. Yeah, this user maybe is a member of the sudo group, so we can try to run sudo, and we need to supply the password of John again, but this user may not run sudo on this machine. However, we can notice the LXD group. So the user belong to the LXD group. So I think next we can elevate privilege by utilizing or manipulating this membership. How to do? We can go to the temp directory, and let me clear the screen again. So how to do? I think you can use Google to make some research, and almost the first link will give you this this or such information about privilege escalation, and we can download. Sorry, not here. We can download this package or this software from the GitHub, and of course I've already done that before. So now I think, as you can see, I have already downloaded this binary from this file from the GitHub. So next we can upload this zip or compressed file to the target. So we can how to do? We can set up the web server on the Keyring, and then we can go back. We can use wget to upload, and the file name very long file name. So we can copy and paste, no problem. And then we can import the image, and we can give alias my image. Okay, no problem. LX image list. As you can see, the image has been successfully imported. And then next we can try to run this command. We can copy. We simply copy this line of command, but we got an error, no storage pool found. So maybe you will also encounter such a problem. How to fix it out? We can simply initialize the LXD, initialize LXD init, and we can leave any, any question to default a value by simply pressing keys enter, okay, all the way to the end. Okay, it's done. And then we can run this command again. This time, no error, creating ignite container. And now we can run, we need to do some configuration for this container. No error. And then we can start this container. And then we can get the shell of this container. All right. So next we can navigate to root directory and run it again. Go to root directory of the host, and then we can grab the root flag without any problem. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.